Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Harleen, issue number 1. Yes, I love this book. Could not find a single thing wrong with this book. This is going to be one of those interviews where I just gush over the whole entire thing. I'm going to tell you 5 things about this book and a little bit of painfully obvious extra credit. First, I'm going to tell you about who made this book, and that'll be easy because it's really just one person. All right? Stefan Sajik does the story, does the art, does the cover, does the variant cover, does everything involved in this comic book, except does not do the letters. And that's Gabriella Downey. And I'm just saying, the things I would do to be involved in this book, I would letter this book. Heck, I would come by and clean the books before they go out in publication just to get my name in this book. Because, wow, this is amazing. By the way, Harley Quinn was created by Paul Dini and Bruce Timm. So my peeps, number 1 on this list, we are establishing the relationship. The first meeting between Harley and Joker is established in this book, and it's a really cool one because it's not the one that we typically go by. It's like, oh, she was just a person who was, running psychiatric tests on and interviews on certain subjects in Arkham Asylum, and then she came across the Joker, and after a while she became infatuated with him. We don't quite get there yet. What we do instead is we're up to that point where she talks to the Joker for the first time. But everything before there is all new. I dig that. So it's not just here's the story, now let's go on with some crazy stuff. No. We're establishing an origin in this book. That's what happens here. And it's a really good one. All the crazy nonsense that she's had to go through by being a ridiculously smart girl, but she gets mean-girled by a bunch of girls. Just, you know what? I love it. I genuinely love it. Let's talk about number 2 on this list. We learn where she gets the Harley name. It may be as simple, to most people at first glance that, oh yeah, Harleen. They just call her Harley for short. Yes, obviously that's where it originally came from, but here we actually have a reason for her having her name Harley. I'm not here for spoilers. Y'all go and read this book. It's actually a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one. I'm just like, oh, wow, that's pretty messed up. But I enjoyed it. Let's talk about number 3 on this list, and that is many, many references to the various movies of Batman over time. There are little hints and homages and, thanks to various parts of Batman throughout, but mainly the movies in here. Almost every, I noticed a bunch of them, and then when all of a sudden the 89 movie was referenced, boom, hard. There was the, I'm going to call you Bob, or what is it, Bob, you're my number 1 guy now. I was like, okay, that's not even subtle at this point. Wow. Stefan is majorly giving homage and thanks and props and thumbs up and all that good stuff to all the Batman movies that existed that just, boom, look at where we're at now, man. So we've gotten to a point where we can actually start complaining about Batman. Think about that now. Think about that. I would have, before, when did the first movie come out? Gee, I was a kid. And when that first movie came out, I was like, wow. But like a year before that, I would have killed to get an actual awesome Batman movie of that caliber, of that level. Man, and we got it so good today that we're complaining about actors. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Anyway, let's talk about number 4. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. But let's talk about number 4 on this list right now. A twist on Batman's background. This isn't a Batman story. I'm talking about for Harley. Remember how a terrible, tragic thing happened for Bruce? And then, his fear of bats came into play here, and these things combined to cause him to have this crazy, amazing life where now he's Batman. Yeah. Well, that happens to her. Why doesn't she become a hero? Well, because Joker's origin happens to her too. Namely, that one bad day. Imagine if it was more than just a one bad day for Bruce. Imagine if instead all these crazy things happen and then one genuinely bad effing day. That's what we're getting here with Harley. And wow, seeing these two, I don't even know if it was intentional or not. Maybe this is just what I'm getting out of the comic book. but I love what I'm seeing so much. And these are the analogous paths that I'm making towards her origin. Let's finally talk about number 5 on this list. And that is, it's told from the future. This is what's cool about it. There is no supposition of, oh, well, maybe something different will happen. Maybe, maybe she'll actually be good. Maybe she's just, they're going to suggest that she's actually a misunderstood hero. No. Just the cover alone should take that thought away from you, the main cover. I'll get to that in a moment when we talk about the surprise number 6. At the end of the day, this is... by them telling the story from the future, but obviously reflecting the past, we already know where she's going to go. There's no doubt. There's no questioning. There's no, are they going to move here? Are they going to move there? No. We know exactly where she's going to go. The question is seeing the path that she takes to get there. Is the path less traveled? Finally, let's talk about number 6 on this list. The obvious. The art. My God. Look, I think that of all the artists out there, I'm pretty sure that there's nobody out there who actually complains about Stefan Sajic's art. Because, this guy, just look, you know what? I didn't mean to go on that panel, but whatever. Look at that panel. That is, and there's more than one panel like that. This is just an absolutely gorgeous book. I've never heard anybody complain about his art. I really hope I never do. Wow. But, I mentioned the cover. And just look at it. It looks so happy because that's the obvious stuff. But look at her eye. Any woman will tell you that happens, the mascara running only happens when you're crying. But that's the stuff hidden behind the hair. That's the stuff that's not bold. So it looks like happy, happy, happy. No, it's put on a happy face despite what you're actually feeling. My God, this is an amazing book. From cover to cover, it's an amazing book. My peeps, find out what the other road is that is paved with good intention in this book. I love this book. Get this book. This, right now, as far as I'm concerned, this is the best. Spoiler, there's no nudity in it. Oh, well. But I know, there's a whole bunch of people like, damn, Badawang. This is an amazing book, and I can't see anybody not liking this. I'm serious. This is my favorite of the Black Label books, hands down by far. I got to see what happens with the question, but right now, my God, this is an amazing book. I love this. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.